You are listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast, a podcast by diehard fans for fans. Mark covers all things Penn State football and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as anything related to the sports and fitness world. Tune in weekly to listen to a couple of dedicated fans talk about these topics without filters. Thank you for listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast.
All right, everybody. Welcome back in to another episode of the Mark Lesko Podcast. Joined by Brett once again to talk some Penn State football after another tough loss. Brett, it's good to have you back on. How you doing? Oh, hold on.
Glad to be back.
Yep. Yeah, sorry, I had you muted.
All right, doing well. Glad to be back. Definitely getting healthier, not as sick, so we're good there. You guys can probably tell by the sound. So,
the other day, someone said, man, Brett has a really nice house. Like, where does he live? And I said, that's a background. They're like, yeah, I know.
No, it's just like, I don't have a good setup right now, like behind me from where my camera's at. So once I get that set up with my other computer fixed, we'll be good. It'll be much better. So.
Well, I was going to actually compliment your house and how nice it is and the fact that it's always daylight there.
And I have a piano. The piano is just for decor. Like, I don't know how to play it. So I'm sure I can teach myself like I did the guitar. So we'll be good.
Well, I'm pretty sure Alaska is in their, 4-month daylight, 24/7 daylight right now.
Alaska.
So that's technically, you could be in Alaska right now because the sun's always in their windows there. So
yeah. We got for how pale I am. So I mean, I could definitely live there.
You go to Planet, you could jump in those beds.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of always just figured it would do me more harm than good, just because go in there for 3 minutes before I burn the crisp.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, a couple things I wanted to do. I wanted to watch just a couple videos real quick and pull up some Instagram posts because, and I'm not trying to rub salt in our own wound right now, but it's just kind of funny, some of the comments. But yeah, the Ohio State episode, man, that blew up. I mean,
blew up.
It really did. And we're gonna.
It went full on Hiroshima, went full on just.
Yeah, so we had. Let me check. We have 1.7 thousand views, and we went from the channel went from 477 to 501 in subscribers just from that one episode, pretty much. Yeah. Had almost 100 comments on the posted video during the show. We had pretty much a constant feed of comments, and I appreciate that. But we had a lot of comments from people that were just Ohio State fans.
Ohio State fans, yeah.
Which, again, people go after stuff that we said, and there was a lot of weird stuff said, and yeah, I mean, it's YouTube, it's the internet.
Yeah.
If you want some entertainment, go through those comments. One of the funniest things was this guy said we were wearing diapers, and because we were crying, and I said, first of all, he had a picture of a little girl as his profile picture.
Yeah.
And I said, dude, what is your profile picture? And he said, that's my daughter. That's such a weird question. I said, what's weird is you're talking crap on YouTube with a picture of your daughter as the profile picture. That's what's weird.
Yeah.
And there was another one, a guy was talking crap. It's a picture of a baby. I don't get it. Why would you have a picture of your kids as the profile picture while you're talking crap on YouTube?
Yeah.
But
it's take that. That's an Instagram profile. Take that to Instagram with the rest of the trolls. That's.
Well, the thing is, man, and I'm not saying this. I'm saying this because it's just facts. When it comes to Penn State football, you're not gonna you're not going to tell us anything that, first of all, we already don't know, or you're not going to tell us anything, maybe like some history and stuff, but you're not going to tell us anything like, you're not going to school us with Penn State football. We know our stuff. So you can try, but you're not going to.
It's going to be a swing and a miss.
Yeah. So, like, for example, like when I said Penn State is the better team. Okay, so let's just start with the quarterback, all right? Will Howard. What star was he? Like 3? All right. Yeah. Drew Aller is a 5-star quarterback, the number 1 quarterback in his class. So let's go to running back. Quinshon Judkins, was he a 5-star running back? I don't think so.
Probably a high 4, I think.
I think Travion Henderson was a 5, but we got 2 5-star running backs, okay? Our tight end is better. We have multiple 5-stars on our defense. Ohio State did too, but not like us.
Yeah.
I mean, we have multiple. Go to their O-line. Their O-line was diminished. We have multiple 5-star linemen on our line as backups. So, yes, we were the better team, but we lost. That's, it doesn't mean we're gonna win. We didn't. So, I mean, it's. And then people are going after me about saying Penn State is the Mecca. Okay, we have had three coaches in the past, 60 years. One of the biggest stadiums in the world, one of the winningest programs in the world, the winningest coach of all time, 409 wins. You know how hard it is to get 409 wins in a tenure of Joe Paterno? First of all, to even coach that long and coach to that age, that's an average of 10 wins a season. You know how hard that is? We've had multiple guys in the NFL, multiple guys in the NFL Hall of Fame, multiple guys in the College Football Hall of Fame. It's the Mecca, dude. Like, if you're saying Ohio or Penn State is not the Mecca, then you've never been here. It's the Mecca of college football. So, like Massillon, Ohio, they call that the Mecca of high school football. You know why they call it the Mecca of high school football? Because when you're there, you're like, wow. Yeah, this is the Mecca. The stadium, the atmosphere. Penn State is the Mecca of college football. It's the example. All right? It's the example of what you want to be with college football. And then people say, they talk about Joe Paterno and this and that, and it's not even worth entertaining because it's like I don't think, especially on TikTok. There's people on TikTok too. This one guy literally put a hate comment on every video I posted, and I'm just like, dude, keep going. Like, you're making me money.
You missed one.
Commenting. Keep commenting on every single one, please. So, yeah. But real quick, Donald Trump wins his 3rd straight election, so congratulations to him.
Yep.
Red wave, happy to see it. The markets are literally up insanely high in the first 2 days of him becoming the president or being elected the president.
Yep.
And it was awesome.
He said this came out today. He's already spoken with 70 world leaders since being elected.
Yeah, I'm sure he has. I'm sure it's more than that. But he wins his 3rd straight election, and you look at the numbers between 2012, 2016, 2020, 2024. 2024, okay, this is the blue votes. 2012, it was here. 2016, it was here. 2020, it was up here. And then 2024, it's down here. It's if you don't think that something fishy happened in 2020, I honestly don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
I mean, I've had multiple people say, you're so wrong about that. That didn't happen. There's no evidence. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's so clear to me that what happened last time was not the real result. But, congratulations to President Trump. And
sweep. He
it was a total sweep. I mean, I was up pretty much all night watching. I was watching Steven Crowder's stream. Mm-hmm. And by the way, we stream on Rumble too. And Steven Crowder just teamed up with Rumble Premium, it's called. I hate the word premium, but it's called Rumble Premium. I hate the word premium because very rarely is anything actually premium when you buy it and it says premium.
Yeah.
But Rumble Premium, support them, support us on there. It's YouTube. It's just better. It's not censored. So, but yeah, man, it was a great night. Election night. It was very satisfying and gratifying, and it shouldn't have even been close. It really wasn't close, but there's still the blue states that win. They always go blue. I don't understand it, but yeah, he swept them. It was a red wave. We're still waiting on some of the House seats and Senate seats and stuff like that. I'm sure there's nothing fishy going on there as to why we're still waiting on that. I think that's kind of like their last hope of let's try to do some stuff with at least the House and the Senate. So
yeah,
but I believe it's red the whole way across the board. Come midterms, you really want to get out there and vote too, because we need to get this Pennsylvania governor out of here too, at least. That would be phenomenal to get him out. I wish we could have got him out this time. Dave McCormick won. That was great. I haven't looked too much totally at the results, but yeah, across the board it was awesome. So congratulations. The red team won this time. We couldn't have handled two blue teams winning back to back. That would have been terrible. But it should have been blue and then red. Instead, it was red and red.
Yep.
But yeah. So, Brett, I know you were happy. Did you sleep at all that night?
Couple hours. Nothing too crazy, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a long night. I waited for basically Fox News to call Pennsylvania for Trump, and that was it. I couldn't stay up to watch them speak. That would have been a whole other hour and a half, 2 hours. I just couldn't stay up that long.
Yeah, the acceptance speech, like I watched it. It was a 10-hour stream. I pretty much watched the whole thing. It started at 6 p.m. And like I said, it was Steven Crowder's channel, and they were calling states way before. CNN was calling states like an hour after they should have been called.
Yeah,
because they're terrible. But
Fox was calling them early. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only way I could watch it. I really can't watch Fox either because, for example, last in 2020, they called Arizona with like 0.1% of the vote in. It wasn't even possible how that could have happened. There's still people standing in line to vote, and they called the state. That's
unreal.
But so 100% went the right way, and I'm happy about it. And I remember in 2020, man, there were some people that I know that were laughing because Trump was losing, and I remembered that this time around.
Yeah, dude, the salty Dems it's unreal how salty they are, and they need to grow up and accept it. And was life really that bad for you when we had Trump for 4 years? No, it was actually better. So
a lot of
meltdowns think of it that
going
way
on right now.
Yep, think of it that way. Life was better.
Absolutely.
Come on.
But this is going off the field. I don't think we played this last time. Did we? Did we play this?
I don't know.
I don't know if I did.
Me and you saw it, but I don't know. We may have.
These guys are mad. That one dude up there is just smirking. You see that?
Yep.
This dude right here.
And this dude's just videotaping him. What he said? What's up, coach? I don't know what he said.
What'd he say?
I don't know. He said something, coach, I think, but I didn't know what he said before he rang the bell. To do with the phone. No clue.
I mean, he should yell back at them like that. I mean, those guys were barking at him pretty good, and
yeah,
for him, it's a no-win situation. I feel bad for the guy because I want him to win just as much. I want him. I want it for him just as much as I want it for everyone else, including us, the fans. But it's just tough, man. It's just tough because there's gonna be people yelling at him, and if you're those guys, like, you yelling at him, what's that gonna do? and you're screaming at him, they're pointing at him, they're yelling at him. I understand you're mad. I'm mad too. And not a lot of people don't like him, but I mean, what? It's a no-win situation for him. Like for example, if that escalated into something where it got physical, I don't think James Franklin would do that. But if it gets physical whatsoever, man, like he's out. He's automatically fired. Like you can't engage, you can't do that type of stuff. So, no. And there's been people that have yelled at him in the past. He was being held back against Ohio State in 2018. You remember that, right?
2018.
Shut up. Yeah. 2018. Hold on. This one right here. See, they're holding him back.
Should have passed on 4th and 5. I said, I love you to death.
I don't know what he was trying to do there.
You got really mad. He just wanted to come out.
Right there, that guy. That's everyone right now.
Yeah.
What happened?
Not say something. He was fine. He's obviously upset. Yeah, he's obviously upset.
But they're holding him back. I don't know. I don't know who that is. The coach, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. I totally get it. He's a great guy. I'm not trying
but
see, that was a better reaction. Say, I love you to death, but you can't throw it on, or you got to throw it on 4th and 5 instead of like the one guy who was honestly like the guy this year was like super mad, talking crap.
Oh yeah, he was like
heated,
screaming at him, pointing at him. I mean,
his face was beat red. His face was beat red.
I don't know, dude. Like I don't understand the guys yelling at him. I don't understand what you're trying to accomplish. And for Franklin, it's a no-win situation. Yeah. Like, why even talk to them? And it's not a criticism of Franklin. It's just like, what are you trying to do? Like, what are you trying to accomplish there? And then some of the. All right, so this is awesome. This whole thing, but just some of the comments, including mine. I said put an Ohio State logo above it. There's no stopping it. Ohio State sure did. I remember when we used to give Singleton the ball.
Yeah, he had 6 carries, man. That's it.
Yeah. Is it in you? Yeah, because it doesn't say 1st and goal from the 3. Well, at least Barkley is kicking ass, right? Unless you're any top 5 team. It says, I said there's no stopping it. Ohio State did. And then I said, is it in you? Yes, Ohio State is. Trump won. Is it in you? Paying $2,000 a month to have a view of Singleton's. Oh, man. Yeah, that's the thing about the people living in there, man. Like, you really can't see it, I don't think. But I think that'd be kind of cool to have Singleton on your window.
Yeah. You see, and you just right there, it showed the Tyler Warren semifinal stuff, man, for not only the Mackey, but the most versatile player in college football. What's it called? It's up there. It's called.
Hopefully that sign helps us beat Ohio State at home with 111,000 fans. Penn Staterade. Thanks for voting Trump, y'all. But
right
yeah,
there.
so the most versatile player in college football.
Yep, Paul Arnold Ward.
But yeah, man. So we can get into Washington here, but I just want to say too, on top of that I knew as cool as I thought, and I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm not trying to disagree with Brett, depending on what his opinion is. Brett and I agree on a lot of things, in life. But as cool as this sign is, man, I knew that it probably still wouldn't. It would be a lot cooler if we were like undefeated and beating Ohio State and stuff. And the thing is, right now, is we got Ohio State, right? We don't play Michigan. All right, so every year for the past few years, it's been, all right, we lost to Ohio State. We can still get Michigan. Or we lost on the road to Minnesota. Let's beat the next team. Or we lost to Ohio State. We just got to win out. And then Ohio State loses, and then it would have knocked it, like whatever the situation is. You lose by 1. We got to beat the next team. We don't. So for me, what I think is going to happen is the first round is going to be our new Michigan. So we lose to Ohio State next year. And then it's like, all right, we can still make the playoff, get a good home playoff game, and then maybe win in the first round. Because here's the thing. Can we beat anybody in the country? I think we can, yes. But will we? I don't think so. So the way the playoff is looking right now, and you and I had it up. I'll pull it up here. Oh, man. But, all right. So these are the projections right now, right? So these are the projections right now. So we got, well, I don't know if that's totally.
No, that's not it.
Okay.
That was before it came out.
That's a pretty bad one.
It's versus who was it? Tennessee or no? It was
Yeah, did you send it to me recently?
I don't know if I did, but pretty much everybody.
What channel was it on?
On Instagram?
I'll look up ESPN college football.
Because On3 posted it. Yeah, it's us versus Notre Dame. If the season ended right now, it would be us versus Notre Dame.
I think this is it. Okay, so
yeah,
we're looking at Notre Dame at home. If we win out, and can we beat Notre Dame? Yes, especially at home. But the next game, okay, will we beat Georgia or Miami or Oregon? BYU probably yes, but will we beat a top team with the way things are going now? No, I don't think we will.
Well, getting past Georgia's defense is going to be really hard. I mean,
yeah, it'd be hard for anybody. But again, it just comes back to the coaching and the lack of confidence against Ohio State and what that's going to lead to, I think, year in, year out, because the first round, again, is pretty much going to be our new Michigan, or the second round will be our new Michigan, depending on who we play. And to me, for me, winning a playoff game is fantastic, but you're not going to get that respect until you move into, the top 4. That's what I've wanted for a long time. So I think it's just going to be the same song and dance every year, man, under Franklin. I don't think we ever truly get it done under Franklin. And, you sent me that one video of that guy updating us on injuries, which is cool to see that some guys are coming back. Some guys are healthy, like Quentin Martin, Keon Wiley, guys like that. But, it doesn't come down to the players, man. It comes down to the execution of the play calling. And, yeah, it's the execution by the players, but it's the coaching, man. I mean, it's what it comes down to. Ohio State had a diminished O-line, and they still beat us. So it's our players can't get there. Our players aren't going to get us there unless the coaching is in tune with it. And you want to know how much camaraderie and confidence a quarterback and an offensive coordinator have. Watch them on the goal line. What do they do on the goal line? So apparently Drew Aller and Kotelnicki either don't have a lot of cohesion there, or they don't have a lot of trust in each other, or whatever it is. I don't know. But I think it's just going to be the same song and dance every year, man. So I don't think we're never going to get there with Franklin. Now, we can make a run. We've seen that before. We've seen a run with a Franklin coach team. 2016, but can we get there? Can we make that jump? I don't think it'll happen.
We also had receivers then, so that's the whole difference in this. not that we don't have talented guys in a pretty talented room, but once it came to playing one of the best defenses in college football, our receivers could not separate, and that played a huge factor in our loss. The first goal line stand where it was first and goal, and Drew threw a good ball to Harrison Wallace. You got to catch that. I mean, no offense to Trey. I mean, he caught a really good pass before that. He's got to catch that one. At the same time, Drew could have threw a little bit higher, so it's either Trey's ball or no ball. Trey's ball or nobody's ball, and then you have 3 more downs to score. But that was just an unlucky play. Let's be honest. The ball landed perfectly in the defensive back's elbow, right, just like he was cradling a baby. It fell right in there. It was all luck. Yeah, it was a good defensive play stopping him from catching the ball. Yeah. But him catching the ball was not skill. It was total luck. So I wasn't upset about that. I was upset about the game on the line. At the 3-yard line, we ran 4 plays and didn't freaking get a single point. So that was very upsetting. Yeah, I think we can beat Notre Dame. They have a pretty good defense, but Riley Leonard, their QB, is mediocre at best. Not really afraid of him. Georgia, yeah, that would be tough. And you were saying about the top 4, we were so close, man. We were 3rd in the country. We beat Ohio State like we should have because we had chances to, and we're still in the top 4. We're number 2 right now. So,
yeah.
The execution comes down to a couple plays, and it's always been that way. And I don't know what they need to do to get past that, but it's not rocket science, man. Like, you're at the 3-yard line, you got to freaking punch it in. You got to figure it out. So,
well, I pull this up because, this is the picture I sent you, like right there. Now the safety does come in,
it's right there.
But this is the goal line, and I think because if you watch the progression of that play, this is right when he's able to throw it. He's open.
By the time he throws it, though, he's not open. That's the whole thing. By the time the ball gets there, it's too late. And like I said, the linemen are right in front of him. They're pretty tall. You'd have to float it, and it wouldn't get there quick enough. And think about how fast the play is. When you look, you're looking for a split second. You make the decision or you don't. It could have been a picked off. It's hard to be a quarterback, and I don't blame Drew for that one. I blame the first 3 plays, 100%.
Yeah, is this the video right here? I don't know.
And Cleo Dinkins was being held, let's be honest, and they didn't call shit. So.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Ohio State fans are going at us about calls went both ways, and
no, they're just one.
It's Ohio State, man. Like, they're gonna eat. I mean, there's Ohio State fans putting OHIO in the comments. Like, you guys won. Like, what are you?
If they would have,
what are you talking crap for?
The roughing would have been absolutely terrible if they would have lost. That's what they would have said. So.
Yeah, they would have said, you guys got a lot of calls your way. We got calls to go against us. Like right there. No, this is, yeah. Well, that's UCLA. So you see how as soon as he's open, he throws it? You see that?
Yeah, the UCLA, he was actually open. He wasn't open like that against Ohio State. Snuffed it out. They sniffed it out. That's the exact type of play they went for again, which you got to kind of switch it up, man.
Yeah. All right. You guys give your opinions.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying he couldn't.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't know. You guys give your opinions. Right there, he's open. He could throw it, and he would have had some time. I don't know. I don't know, man.
It's very close. It's very close, man. Let's say he gets tackled at the 1, and it's.
Ohio State knew it was coming. That's the whole thing of it, is they knew it was coming because it was so predictable.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man. They coach against these teams. It's just another team, and it's not, man. The reason Ohio State always beats us because they know that they know what we're doing. They're outcoached. That's why they always beat us. It's coaching. And it's execution too, but it's mainly coaching in my opinion. But yeah, so Washington, Brett, You know, it's it's a pretty good matchup. We're minus 13.5, which is pretty high.
It's high.
It's the whiteout. I mean, it sucks that the whiteout can be enjoyed more because we lost the last week. But
and Peacock, like, are you kidding me? That's disrespectful, man. I don't care if we lost last week or not. You do not put the whiteout on Peacock. That is diabolical and absolutely absurd. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, when you said it's on Peacock, the app, I was like, dude, there's no way.
Yeah.
And then it was.
Which is NBC, but you can't watch it on NBC. Peacock is owned by it, but.
So obviously that's going to be streamed by me, as it pretty much always is. I find an alternative way to stream it because there's no way in God's green earth I'm paying for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay for Peacock just because of that. So,
and there's probably a free trial, but still,
that's so dumb, dude. That is so dumb why they do stuff like that. Like,
disrespectful.
Christmas Day, Steelers Chiefs is on Netflix. That's it. And I have it, but still, that's so dumb.
A game you put on Peacock is Rutgers versus Purdue. That's what you put on Peacock.
Why would you put the whiteout on
Washington?
Peacock?
Dude.
I don't get it, man. Like, that's what? They're trying to make this like a nationally televised big event. It's the most beautiful scene in college football, and it's on an app.
Yeah.
Now, people asked me, like, do you think it's because they lost this past week? I don't know. Why would you put it on an app?
So I was listening to, who was it? It was somebody on ESPN. He was saying, no, it was Matt Leinart. It might have been Matt Leinart. He was saying about there's more to it than, like, for the noon games and stuff. He was like, what was he saying? See, now I can't remember. But anyways, some Alabama LSU, I think, is like a 3:30 game on no. Oregon. I can't remember.
What did he say about noon games? What was it on? What
he was saying, like there's more to it than, like, with the whole whiteout thing, and obviously it's about views and stuff like that, and so obviously I get it. And he would rather the whiteout be a night game as well, obviously, but he said unfortunately that's not how it worked out. Like for the Ohio State game situation, that's why it was a noon game. Anyways,
I think it should always be like the biggest game of the year, whiteout at night. You know, it should always be like that. But yeah, I mean, and I saw too that Matt Leinart's son is a 2026 commit, and he's like, I forget what the thing was, but it was basically saying like, oh, now you're old because Matt Leinart's son is being, he's
a 3-star QB, I think.
Yeah. It's like, not really. I mean, it doesn't really make you old, I don't think. I mean, especially like we were 12, 13 during that game. I remember watching that national title game because I stayed up for Penn State, and the next night was the national title game. Penn State had like the premier nationally televised game. That was an insane game, the Orange Bowl. They were up till I think they played till like 1 o'clock at 2 o'clock in the morning, and it was in. I mean, that's just a testament to the endurance of Penn State. That's why they did their lifting program the way they did. It was for endurance. And they were in Miami in the freaking humidity till for 5-6 hours playing against Florida State. And people always gave me crap because I said I think Penn State could have had a shot against USC or Texas that year. They said they barely beat Florida State. I said Florida State was number 22 playing against number 3 pretty much at home. Of course they played good. Why wouldn't you? You're getting a shot to take down number 3. You're number 22.
Yeah.
And Penn State was really good that year. I mean, I think that they were could have in talks for the best team in the country that year, but they lost on the road to Michigan with 2 seconds left. But yeah, so overall, man, going into this game, we're better. Obviously, I mean, Washington's not bad. They were in the national title last year. They were the winners of their division in the top 4. They beat Texas, which is not easy. Texas beat Bama that year too. and Bama lost to Michigan. So Michigan was extremely dominant. But yeah, overall, man, I mean, I think we're the better team. I think we win. Washington doesn't have a very good record. And, on top of that, like, I think coming off this loss, I mean, it's possible that, we were hungover and we lose again, but I think coming off this loss, man, they need to come out firing on all cylinders, like you said, on offense. Will they do that? I don't think so, because we haven't seen it all year. But, like, when you say we're going to come out and put on a show, like, what's the score going to be, do you think?
Well, I think we're going to come out angry and use that as like a benefit, like a positive angry, like we're angry about what happened last week, and we're going to show people that we're legit, and we, like last week, we didn't capitalize on some situations, but this week we will. I did want to bring up, so yeah, Washington is only 5-4. They are better than their record. They're one of those teams that they're pretty scrappy. They got good offense, decent defense, a really good linebacker. And here's the kicker. They're 5-0 at home, have not won on the road yet. So that works in our favor. Yeah, I want to bring up their linebacker, Carson Bruner. He had 2 picks last week against USC. And, like, they were not gimmies. Like, he made plays. Denzel Boston, the receiver, 682 yards, 9 touchdowns. And 8 or 9 games that they played so far, pretty good. Their number 2 receiver, what is it? Number 2 receiver has just under 600 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jonah Coleman, we got to watch out for the running back. Have you seen the running back? He's legit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's very good. He's like 5'9", 230. He's like a short tank. So, and he's shifty. He's fast. So we got to watch out for the outside zones that have been cutting us up and the options that we have not been able to stop the last couple weeks. So we got to watch out for that.
Indiana's going to be exposed, man. And I saw this one thing where it said Indiana is ranked higher than Alabama. But I think Indiana will be exposed. I mean, if they play Tennessee, us, Texas, Miami, Georgia, any of these teams really, I think can beat them. Maybe not Miami, but, man, I know Indiana's good, but they're still Indiana. That's the thing about, like, a program like that. Like, you get a good coach, that's fine, but it's like the stock market. Like, there's compounding interest. You have to put money in every month in order to grow your account over years. Indiana does not have that foundation. They're just good. But
I was going to say, for this year, though, they have like a lot of transfers, and so they have an old team. So they have smart players who have played a lot. So it's not like he got stuck with Indiana players, if that makes sense. He got upgraded the players that he wanted to bring in, and some really good seniors from James Madison, where he came from. So I don't know. He's got a scrappy team. Next year, is there going to be a drop-off? Yeah, because he'd have to do the whole thing in the portal again, because you can't recruit at Indiana like you can at Penn State or Tennessee or any of these other schools. So, they play Michigan this week. Michigan can give them a fight, or Michigan could lose by 30. So we'll have to see on that. And then they play Ohio State in a couple weeks. So we'll see how legit they are. If they handle Michigan and then play a close game against Ohio State, they will earn my respect for this year. I will definitely put some respect on their name and say maybe they're not just a basketball school this year anyways. So
yeah.
Oh, but you wanted like a score or something for Washington?
I mean, okay. We don't play that. We don't play Indiana, which is good. I'll just say that.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to play them the way they're playing right now. I don't.
No.
Because we just need to win out right now.
Yeah. But yeah, what do you think score wise? What do you think we're looking at here?
I don't think we're going to cover, but it's not going to be one of those games like we didn't cover where it's a sleep game, like we slept through it. Like, I think we're going to come out, even if it's like a little slow getting to that point. I think the defense, you already know from the Illinois game, our defense plays better at night. Our offense it's yet to be seen if we play better at night or not, but our defense is hungry at night. Like 7 sacks, how many tackles for loss against Illinois? Like, that could happen against Washington. Their offensive line's not very good. They have a really good running back, good receiving core. They have good cornerbacks too. They actually have like a top 10 defensive back room, like statistically right now. So they also haven't played the schedule that we have too. So it's really hard to say. But they're a sneaky team. I think we could beat them by 10, like between 7 and 10. And like I said, they're better than their record. Like they haven't really gotten blown out by anybody. I think they struggle with Indiana, of course, because Indiana's just on one this year. But they haven't really gotten beat bad by anybody from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it could be like a 28-20 or 27-17 game. I would love for us to score 30, man. Like, let's just get back to it. Let's stop playing games, man. Like, you got to get the run game going. Like, it hasn't got going in a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
It's been a while, so. And Nick Singleton's obviously not healthy still, let's be honest. When it comes to running the ball. When it comes to catching and receiving, he's been legit. So, he's been a savior in that category. But
yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I agree with you fully 110% that the offense should come out and put up some points and win, and just dominate, like put up points. Like, for example, 2005. Two different teams, two different times, but we lost to Michigan. I'll just pull up the score. We lose to Michigan, and then we go to Illinois, and we win 63-10. Hold on, wrong page. My bad. And wait, what? Why is it doing that? And we win 63-10. All right. That's what we did in 2005. After we lost to Michigan, we went to Illinois and beat the living piss out of them. We had our starters out in like the third quarter. All right. So, you know, that's how you need to respond. And that's like, I wish we could still see this, man, for Penn State football, but we just don't see it.
yeah,
That's what I want to see. I mean,
Illinois was 2-5. It's a little different, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think what they need to do, man, like give Harrison Wallace more chances down the sideline. Like that one-handed catch he caught. Do that a couple more times. That gets you down the field, man. Like he can
get it.
He was being held on that play, and he still caught the ball. I still have faith in Harrison Wallace. He's very talented. He's a junior. He's going to come back next year. Let's be honest. He's not an NFL receiver. He's going to come back next year. He could blow up, you know. So, did you see that route he ran on him? His footwork on that was he went back and forth and then was being held. So go to Harrison Wallace down the sideline, man. Like put Amari Evans, get him boosting down the sideline. I don't care. Like just take shots. But this is the thing. You can't just take shots unless we can run the ball. You go out play action, then you can get the safeties to come down. So they got to scheme something up, man. I think Koldernicki's going to wake up after that performance because by far that was his worst performance, like by a long shot. Like he's been killing it with the play calling. And then that game, like Ohio State knew exactly what he was doing. They knew exactly where to go. He needs to figure it out, man. And I think he will. I think that's a wake-up call for him and the whole offense. They're like, listen, we're going to do something completely different against Washington, and this is what we're going to do, and we're gonna blow them out. So we need to see it happen.
I want to play some.
I do think the first half is going to be a little slow, like usual. You know what I mean? I think it'll be like a 10-7 game. Who knows what side? But it's gonna be a slow score start. Hopefully it's not, but we'll see.
Freshman ever to gain 1,000 yards, ever to start at Penn State. Kenny Jackson, outstanding flanker. You see plenty. Him, Kevin Bound. Dean Dominio, good tight end. He's their deep threat as a tight end, which is surprising. Heller, Moles on the left side. The center, Nick Hayden, 250 pounds. Jeff Woofter, a junior. And their best offensive lineman, Stan Short.
DJ Dozier.
Rick Finney is a 6'3" freshman as we look at some of the Nittany Lion defenders. Greg Gattuso, 260 pounds.
Bob White,
number 34, almost picked that off.
Local guy.
He's after the other end on the left side.
Shane
An
Collins.
outstanding array of linebackers, led by Scott Radicic, as you see him right there.
Look at the head.
My dad's...
Maybe the weakest part of the Lion defense is their defensive back.
Mike Zordich.
The haircuts.
My dad said he knew Ray Isom and he didn't have a neck. All right, Penn State whiteout history.
You know me as the Rizzler. I'm the Panther dressed in black. Once I give your girl the wrist face, there's no chance she's coming
Franklin
back.
I don't know how he does that.
Bring the boom, you know it's on. We're like the 3 evolutions of Pokey.
What is this? Some legendary apartments. It's 2012. When I was there. Yeah, just playing some Washington clips. There's Captain Clark. The man, the myth, the legend.
The beast.
I've been trying to get him on here, man. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's legit.
Yeah, it's quite the
Dozier came along,
lineup, man.
got his shot when Williams got hurt.
DJ
And now DJ Dozier. There you see the first freshman ever to gain 1,000 yards, ever to start at Penn State.
I think he was in the
Kenny Jackson,
internship
outstanding
commercial.
flanker. You see plenty. Him, Kevin Bound.
You remember that one post he put up? The internship program.
As a tight end, which is
But,
yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to Washington, man, I don't know. For those of you on audio, you're totally lost right now. Sorry about that. But, yeah, I really don't know what to say. I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know who... I think we win for sure, but is it like... I think it's going to be like 24-17. You know? Maybe 24-13.
Yeah.
24-16. 24-9. Like, I don't know if Washington can score a touchdown. Maybe they just get a few field goals, but it's going to be like 24-16, 24-17.
That's another point I meant to real quick. Washington, like, they're pretty good at getting yards, but they're not good at getting points. So that's actually a good point that you made. They're, like, very bad. Like, points per game, they're at, like, 20, dude. We're at 30, so, like, average. So, yeah, they could – we have a bend, don't break defense. They could get some yards on us. That's fine, but I don't think they're going to score many points on us.
Yeah, I see. That's the thing. I don't think they're going to score many points on us, like you said. But it's what do we do on offense? And like they should come out and really lay the hammer down. But
yeah, we'll
see. Yeah, I mean, I truly don't know what to say about the game in terms of what the score will be, and where it can truly go. But
yeah. It's until we see more, it's hard to guess what we're going to do offensively because we've been struggling the last couple of weeks. So,
all right, this is so random too, Brett. But I want to show you this because my dad sent me this one time. This is before USC. This is totally random, but I just want to show you this because it's pretty hilarious. But right here.
17-3 over Alabama.
To
back him up.
That's true, Keith. This is Doug Skinner, alias the Nittany Lion. A big game for him. And you've been doing a lot of training, haven't you, Doug? Yeah, he's been in training all week. As a matter of fact, we have some training footage of Doug getting ready for this big game. Let's take a look at that. That's quite a growl you got there, Doug. Thank you very much. Go back to the mountains. Keith?
You sure that wasn't the Cougars?
Double team.
And then this is Ray Isom.
Remember Ray Isom? Buying some time, gets the pass away, intended for Al Bell. It is intercepted down at the 10 by Ray Isom.
He just always said Ray Isom didn't have a neck. because his traps are so big, you know.
Yeah.
Mike Zordich, when I was in school, our age guy, Mike Zordich Jr. He didn't have a neck, man. Like his traps were like right here. I mean, insane how big those guys are.
Do you know who could lend some of their neck to those people? Abdul Carter. Dude, that dude's neck is huge, so he could definitely lend some neck out, man. Holy cow! I saw him in person at the Wobble Shop last year. I was like, "Good Lord!"
Well, you know what they used to do. You know what they used to do, like under Joe, is they'd always do the neck machine. And that's why Michael Robinson, when he hit that guy with his helmet, he like literally paralyzed him from like the neck down on the whole right side of his body.
Yeah.
And that guy still is like jacked up from that hit against Minnesota. Crazy. But they would do the neck machine, you know, back and forth. They had a neck machine. They would do that constantly. And they did a lot of resistance training with a towel. But their necks were so strong when Joe coached them because they did so much neck work. But just imagine that your quarterback, he was technically like an athlete, but your quarterback hits a guy with his helmet and literally knocks him unconscious with his head. You know how strong you have to be to do that and get up like nothing happened?
Yeah. Like, who do you think was better, Michael Robinson or Darryl Clark? They're both so good. I don't really know. They're different, but they're similar. So, I mean,
in terms of like just outright confidence and
Darryl Clark
performance, I think it was Michael Robinson.
Michael Robinson? Okay.
Because Darryl Clark, you know, as much as I love that guy, and he was just, man, watching him play football, it was like art. He fit that offense so well. He carried himself so well. I mean, he carried himself like a freaking leader. Like, I love that guy. And he just, he just executed it so well. And it's just, football-wise, it was just beautiful to watch. I mean, it really was. But Michael Robinson, man, because he just, first of all, he wasn't even a quarterback. He was just a really good athlete. And he threw a beautiful ball. He threw a good deep ball. He was accurate. I mean, that's the thing about, like Russell Wilson, for example, right now. He throws a really good ball. Michael Robinson's arm strength was incredible. Darryl Clark had good arm strength, but he didn't have it like Michael Robinson, I don't think. Michael Robinson was just a freak athlete. And he was a Pro Bowler at fullback in the NFL. Like, like what? That's ridiculous. But I'd have to say Michael Robinson. But yeah, I you know, my score prediction, to get back to what we're supposed to be talking about, is like 24-16, 24-17. That's my prediction. And you know, maybe we'll get lucky and they'll put up a lot of points. It'll be very entertaining. But
dude, if we get another pick six, that'd be just incredible. We have two in back-to-back games, which is just unreal, really, if you think about it. Jalen Reed and Zion Tracy coming on strong, so that'd be cool. Their quarterback is good. Will Rogers, he's a good quarterback, so we got to be careful. They get the ball out quick, just like most of the guys we go up against. So,
I mean, I want to say this too about that whole celebration thing with Jalen Reed and Zion Tracy. Like, okay, so the guy picked the ball off against Ohio State for a pick six, go up 10-0. It's like, I don't know what. Do you know what he was doing celebration wise?
I don't know if he took his helmet off or.
All right. Well,
I didn't really get a good look on what happened. I just saw that they called it.
I think what happened was
they didn't really show it.
But he was celebrating, and it's like, first of all, it's a mix between like act like you've been there, but that is very exciting. That was very exciting.
It's a pick six, so
yeah. So like, it's like I understand celebrating depending on what he did, but it's like I wasn't totally like, what are you doing? Like the guy could have freaking ran up and down the stadium stairs for all I care. I mean, it was very exciting, and it gave us hope, a lot of hope, that we could actually win.
We should
have. I knew 10-0 wasn't enough, but still, like
14-0 would have been a change. We drive down there, get a touchdown instead of a field goal.
If it's 17-0, even that isn't enough. But if you go up like 20-0, 24-0, I mean, you got a lot of momentum your way.
Except for Alabama or Georgia when they were beaten.
Because Ohio State after going down 10-0, it was Operation Kill the Crowd, and that's what they did. They just killed the crowd, shut them up. That's what you got to do, and that's why Ohio State is Ohio State. That's why they're so great, is because that's what they do. So,
yeah.
But, yeah, man. I mean, what do you think about my analogy of, like, it's going to be the same song and dance every year?
Yeah, I mean, until we see otherwise, I mean, I can't disagree with you. I mean, until we see something different, man. If this team, like I said, if they come out angry and, like, use it as their benefit and motivation, like, and fierce and just knocking people off the ball, like the linemen just bullying people around and they run it down their throat. If we see that and continue to build momentum like into the next game and just keep going, then like you said, we can beat anybody in the country. But will we? Well, the more we see it, the more I can put my faith in it. So if we don't see that type of turnaround the next couple games, then yeah, I mean, we're not going to make much of a run this year, I don't think. But if we can turn things around, and get this offense rolling, yeah, I think we can win a playoff game or two, and then I would be happy with the season, but still obviously pissed off and upset that we lost to Ohio State. But I think we can beat them, but this was the year that we were supposed to do it and that we could have. Next year, we're going to be pretty young, man. We're going to need to kill the transfer portal. We're losing a lot of defensive linemen. And
all right, so you think, okay, so there's still hope, obviously. Do we do it? I'll be happy if we win in the first round and have a good second game. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah,
satisfied, no, but I'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
But looking at next year, so this is the reality. We're looking at Bo Prabula as our quarterback.
Maybe.
Quentin Martin is our starting running back with Cam Wallace as the backup. We're looking at a diminished receiver core. We're losing D linemen. I mean, Devon Ellis, for example, came back when he didn't have to. Alonzo Ford's gone. This is why Devon Ellis stays, a guy like that. A Superman stays like that because he wants to beat Ohio State and stuff like that. That's why a guy stays like that, but he'll be gone. Abdul will be gone. We lost Jamil Lyons and the other guy, I can't remember.
K'Von Keys.
Yeah, K'Von Keys. We're losing some defensive backs, so yeah, it's going to be a young team. I mean, it's like.
Well, we'll have most of the defensive backs. AJ Harris will only be a junior next year. Elliott Washington and those guys. Zion Tracy, he's starting to come around. Alonzo Ford, he's already huge. You got Caleb Artis, who's still growing into a role. He's over 300 pounds. So there's hope in what it could be next year, but like at the same time, you don't really know. There's some people that will come back that you said about the receiving core. Getting Trey back next year is going to be huge because he's going to have to be either a number one or a number two, or we can just go get somebody in the portal. We have to pay for somebody. We have to pay for somebody, and we have to do it now. Once the portal opens, you got to throw some money at it. And there might be some young guys who step up in the receiver room that we haven't really seen much yet. Caden Saunders might actually be healthy, and I think he could be a difference. He gets open. He's back at practice, by the way. He's one of those people. He's not a full go yet, but he's back at practice, and he's got to learn. He might know the playbook, but he has to like play with the plays, if you know what I'm saying. So
yeah,
we'll have to wait and see on that. What's his name? Number 12, the receiver. 1 second. I think he's going to be good. He's young still. 1 second. Why can't I think of his name?
That's all right.
State.
Our Penn State brains are fried.
Yeah, that's the football. Here we go. Number 12. Here we go. Anthony Ivy, PA guy from Lancaster. He's a redshirt sophomore this year. So he'll be a redshirt junior next year. Maybe he can step up. He's only 5'11", but I think he's got some speed. And then you even got Mekhi Flowers. He went to receiver this past year. So Mekhi Flowers could step up. He's number 80 now, I think. So, yeah, there's some players. And then you got Tyseer Denmark, man. True freshman this year, number 4. Real shifty slot guy. I could see him playing next year for sure. Peter Gonzalez was out with a season injury. He's 6'2", from Pittsburgh, PA, over 200 pounds. He's got some good size. And, yeah, so, I mean, it's a wait-and-see thing. But like you said, there's no guarantees on what it's going to look like. Tyler Johnson, too, man. Is he number 11 now? He was number 8, so I'm confused. He must have. People are switching numbers in the middle of the season, man. You saw.
Wait, that Boston kid from Washington. I think that is David Boston's son.
Is it?
I think so. But David Boston, there's that legendary video of him and Charles Woodson going at it in the Penn State or the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry game. But David Boston, great receiver for Ohio State, was good in the NFL, and then he got traded to the Cardinals, and he was struggling. And a reporter asked him, they said, David, what's going on? You were paid all this money, like you came to Arizona, like what's the problem?
Yeah.
It's like, I can't catch the ball. He's a receiver. He's like one of the worst free agent grabs of all time. Next to
if that's his son, his son's legit.
What's his name? It's Daniel Boston, right? It's not
Denzel Boston.
Denzel. Okay, so David Boston's son is Jalen Boston. Yeah, Jalen James, Jalen Boston.
Denzel
That's
Boston.
his son's name, and he is man on the street, follower of Yeshua.
Denzel Boston's from Washington, so he's out of the state. He's originally from Idaho. That's very random. Moved to Washington 9 years ago.
But
yeah,
his Instagram page literally says, it says, public figure, follower of Yeshua, the man on the street, TikTok, Jalen James, 3 million, Snap, Jalen James. He's got a bunch of 5-hour energy commercials. Looks like he was at a Michigan game, but yeah. Yeah, for me, personally, and you too, Brett, we were kind of redeemed with the presidential victory. So that was awesome to see. God bless America.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we got a lot of good stuff coming our way, regardless. And I want to say this. I don't know why he didn't come to the Penn State game, but he won Pennsylvania by roughly 150,000 votes, and a lot of that I think was Penn State and the Amish. A lot of Amish voted this year because of attacks on raw milk. But there's a lot of stuff. A lot of hate going towards Franklin, and I just want to say this about Franklin too, man. Like, for example, like in a press conference, just like the way he carries himself, I think he carries himself in a very, in a good way. He carries himself in a very militaristic way. Like, he's like, thank you for covering Penn State football.
Yeah.
And then he answers questions. Like, he carries himself in a very militaristic way, in a good way. Like, he's very he carries himself, he's consistent. And again, he's done a lot of good at Penn State. There's a lot of stuff that, because of him, that's been accomplished here. And that's why, again, I want it for him just as much as I want it for everyone else, because I know he's trying. I know he's trying. I don't think he sleeps.
No.
But
I thought he was. No, go ahead.
Huh?
I was say I thought he was a little arrogant even Monday though, like his press conference Monday about like the recap of Ohio State and for Washington. He had that same kind of arrogant like, yeah, I'll own it, but like kind of like they asked him about the whole fan thing. He was like, yeah, no regrets. He was talking, and I don't know, just the way he carried himself on that press conference. I was like,
well, someone told me today that the way he shook Ryan Day's hand after the game, he's just very arrogant about it.
Like real short and just a good game.
Yeah, which is like, he's definitely arrogant. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, any head football coach of any program will carry themselves with a bit of arrogance. I think he just kind of shows a little more. And whether it's positive or negative, regardless of how you say it, he does carry himself arrogantly. But yeah, I just want to say that about him, that he's very militaristic with the way he carries himself. Like, he's like very consistent. He just, I don't know, man. He looks, he's like determined. Like what, like, you know what I'm saying about him? Like he carries himself in the same way pretty much all the time.
He's consistent. He's very consistent. Yeah. You're right.
And that's not easy. That's not easy.
No.
It's not easy to thank people for covering Penn State football, even though he probably hates all of them. And he probably doesn't want to be there, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. I just wanted to say one thing positive about him, and we're certainly pulling for him on this show. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of his, obviously, but I've said that a million times, but yeah, we're pulling for him. We're pulling for the team, and let's get a W against Washington, and then go on. Our schedule is not easy going forward, and we still have hope. So you got to stay positive overall.
Yep.
But
Minnesota's getting hot at the right time or wrong time for us. But I mean, at the right time, you want these teams to get hot before we play them, because we need our resume to look as best as it can, because we lost to Ohio State. So Washington is a good team for what their record is, and Minnesota's record is better than theirs. So Minnesota they look like in shambles in the beginning of the year. They turned it around. So some good games left. The only team that's like a gimme, because they're our little brother, is Maryland. So I mean, little baby brother Maryland.
Little brother. By the way, I mentioned tart cherry juice before. And then all of a sudden, Tom Hannafin and Justin King were sponsored by Cherry Bundy.
Bundy, yeah.
Is that a coincidence that I mentioned it and then they just like became a sponsor all of a sudden?
Well, you're monetized now, so
just kidding. But yeah, drink this after the gym. It's good stuff. Tart cherry juice.
Yeah, I don't mind cherry flavored stuff, but the actual cherries, I don't like them. Yeah.
Yeah,
like just like the texture and
like it tastes kind of bitter, but that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. Like I drink, I drink the darkest coffee you can get. It's called what's it called? It's literally called dark coffee. But I'll drink like the darkest coffee just straight. Like espresso. Like I'll just drink that straight. Like it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Like I drink like the espresso, the yellow can. I just drink that stuff straight, like nothing in it, nothing. It just, I don't know, but yeah, Cherry Bundy, good stuff. I think Penn State takes it. Ohio State absolutely probably takes it. They probably have IVs of it after every game, which is why they're so good.
Yeah,
but
it's probably true.
Take it with some magnesium, potassium, you're good to go. So
yeah, good call.
But all right, Brett, it's been an hour. We went on a couple rants, well, I did. Got a little sidetracked there, but last video, we'll play this and then we'll dip, Brett.
All right.
It's James Franklin being booed. By the way, who is that? Is that his daughter?
Yeah, it's his daughter.
Is that his wife right there?
She's probably one of those.
I think that's his. I don't know. Is that his daughter? I don't know who
that's
that
is.
Yeah,
that's his daughter, because I heard somebody say, no, he's.
So you broke up. What'd you say?
Whenever he was walking and the family's yelling at him, he said, I was walking with my daughter and this guy was yelling at me. So, yeah, of course I asked him.
Join head coach James Franklin and the Nittany Lion football team and send the Penn State alma mater.
and then the other dog. Yeah.
So you're really breaking up. What'd you say?
The off-white sweatshirt is probably his wife, and then his daughter's on the sides. Yep.
Yeah, the cream-colored one.
Yep, the cream. Yeah.
Okay. Because he said, I thought he said on Pat McAfee's show, that his wife was out of town. So I don't know, but yeah, I think that's definitely what his daughter. Because I remember when his daughter was like young, like real young. When he first came here, his daughter was real little. But yeah. I mean, absolutely, man. Like he has every right to, yell back, bark back, whatever you want to call it, at that guy. He has every right to yell at those guys. I mean, what's that sign say? History what? You see that sign? History made here. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. All right, everybody. Hopefully we win. We'll see you Saturday for the post game.
Yeah.
And don't lose hope. I think we there's still a lot of hope in the season left. So.
Yeah.
Brett, we'll catch up here after we jump off.
All right. Sounds good.
See you guys.
See ya.